understrike 1918. Oh yeah, and a little bit of side job there, put together a hem, 1/2 horsepower, parts, just assemble only. Yeah, get running. 1918. Nice day here in Middle Tennessee. Yeah, I think we'd be good to go with that brush right there. The fuel pump cast iron. That's that's one of them metallic colors right there, Rust-Oleum. Probably all right. Bring a little lightness to that area down there, which is usually pretty dark. So I'm gonna go with that. It's a cast iron fuel pump. And this being and we'll put some packing in there. And then all of this mechanism attaches onto that, and all that right there constitutes your fuel pump mechanism in there. So we'll get that painted. We get another coat of paint on it, Rust-Oleum hunter green, all parts, and then we'll bolt it together. We'll be finished with it. And the igniter goes right here. It being an understrike, that's what they look like. So we'll get the studs cleaned up on that right there. Well, we'll put that mixer on there next. I got that new, that right there, that's that governor thing down in there, That's not a choke, that's a governor. Pretty sure. Yeah, that's good workmanship right there. The machinist that was running the machine to make that thing right there, he earned his pay that day. That's a good job right there, Zach. Yeah, that's a good job. You have to buy the springs separate, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. Works. Well, I tell you the way I went about this. This was my thinking on the matter. This it's one of them kind of things where somebody has to make the judgment, what to do at this point. So it's time to put the mixer on here, and this being a kerosene engine when it was new, back in the day, clean running and everything, it'll always run on gasoline from here on out. But that's a new gasket right there, cut to fit. Hammered it out over on another head. But I left that the water port in this mixer, I left it open in the gasket here. It's good to go. It functions. But I don't I'll show you something. Put that gasket on there like that. This right here, that's a gasket. This piece of paper thing here, that's a gasket. You call that a gasket. This stuff in this jug right here, that's gasola. It's pretty good stuff around gasoline. But this is gasket sealer. It's two different things. Yeah, you put that gasket on there dry like that with no sealer on it, you know, it's subject to get a little air leak in it right there. You put you some gasket sealer on your gasket, you won't have no air leak most of the time. I'm just saying. And it don't take a lot of it. You know, I think the secret on how much gasket sealer to use is if you can see it. You know what I mean? If you look at the engine and you can see some gasket sealer on there, this blue stuff. My opinion, don't let it get down in that hole right there, because we do want this to function, even though took great pains to make it not function. You know, you put that gasola on that. You won't have no air leaks like that right there. And we're gonna clean it up. Yeah, it'll be real good right there. And when we get around to this water line going down, I'll show you what I did right now on a close up. On this water line, I took that punch and I punched the back side of it, collapsing it on itself to block it off right there. It looks okay. But no water can get past that point because this engine will always run on gasoline, I would think. So if it would ever need to be run on kerosene again, all you would need to do would be to replace this water line and you'd be good to go. Coming out of the bottom of the hopper there on the T and a line going that way over yonder, retaining the drain down here on the bottom. So, yeah, we'll get that mixture on there. That's a 2 needle valve mixer right there. You know, it's got that little thing at the bottom right there, up in there, a little check valve going this way down here. It did have, I'll show you. See, that's going to be a good airtight fitting right there now because you got that gasket sealer on both sides of that gasket. But